Hello, everyone! My name is Lil-X6, and today I'm going to be debating apocalypsis on transgenderism. Now, I believe that trans people are 100% valid and
Wow.
100% real, but apocalypsis disagrees. So today we're gonna argue about it. Apocalypsis, I guess start off with your opposing view.
So my view is that trans people are really just people who are delusional. You cannot be a man and turn into a woman, and gender doesn't exist. There is only sex. Gender was made up by liberals.
Well, actually, that isn't true. Because gender I agree that gender isn't real, but gender and sex are two different things. Gender refers
Yeah,
to
I
the
agree.
outward and
Gender
what
is a
you
fake thing,
identify
and
as.
sex is a real thing.
But you can change your gender and not your sex. So,
Gender doesn't exist. Them believing in gender stuff is a mental disorder. It's not real. It's all in their head.
well, well, what about people who are a man but feel like a woman? Does that mean they're not a
Yeah,
woman?
that's very bad. That means there's either demons in them or they're severely mentally ill, and they need to
Uh,
repent, get right with God, and go to therapy.
so you support conversion therapy?
No, I don't. I
Exposed!
don't. I don't support conversion therapy. I support regular therapy, fact-based therapy.
But what if the therapy doesn't work and they're still thinking that they're a woman and they're a man?
Then they'll have to live out the rest of their days in suffering because transgender people are always suffering in their head. They're in their own hell. It's up to them whether they want to get out of their hell. They don't have to, but they should.
But I actually have a friend who is also a pastor who is transgender, and he is one of the happiest. No. I mean, I misgendered the person. I'm sorry,
Actually,
but
so
it's
he is very depressed. He is very depressed.
no, it's she. It's she. My pastor is transgender and probably one of the happiest people I know.
Well, that's
So
pretty
checkmate.
disgusting that a trans pastor would lead a church. He's leading everyone there to hell. So I'd advise you step down and seek out some therapy and get right with God.
Well, well, I disagree because from my personal perspective, trans people are completely valid. You can identify as whatever you want to.
But you can't because it's not real. It's your own personal hell you've created inside of your mind.
No,
And
no,
Alexis, let me ask you something. Do you believe that pedophiles can change and not be attracted to kids anymore?
no, I think they were born that way, so they'll
What?
always be that way.
So you think we should accept them?
Well,
You're struggling to answer the question.
no, I don't think we should accept them. But being trans is different because trans is an identity.
Tell me, can you give pedophiles fucking pedophiles therapy to stop them from being attracted to minors?
Well, that very rarely works, and that is completely different. You're using a false dichotomy.
No, I'd say it's pretty similar. They're all sexual perversions, but so the thing is, they've actually done a lot of research. A lot of pedophiles do stop being attracted to children when they're given the proper care and therapy. And so the same thing applies to all homosexual desires, right? Because just like pedophilia isn't natural, transgenderism and homosexuality are also not natural and can be corrected with therapy.
But the difference is there's something wrong with pedophilia. There is nothing wrong
with being gay.
Like what? Like what?
It's an abomination.
Those Bible verses are taken out of context. You need to read the full story.
The whole chapter.
Well, you're just interpreting it wrong because the truth
Okay, give me the
behind it.
context. If you know, do you know the context of that verse? Tell
Yes,
me the
yes.
context.
Provide me with the verse, and I will explain it.
The chapter is Leviticus, and the verse is 18:22.
Yeah,
You
oh,
have to look it up. You have no idea.
well, well, well. Okay, that was one example. You can't think of any other examples because they don't exist. And that was the Old Testament. In the New Testament,
So you're saying the Old Testament isn't valid?
no, I'm just, well, it's just different, okay?
Okay, well, that's just not true.
How is that not true?
Also Leviticus 20:13, if a man lies with a female as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they surely shall be put to death, their blood is upon them. In Jude 1:7, just as Sodom and Gomorrah and the surrounding cities, which likewise indulged in sexual immorality and pursued unnatural desire, serve as an example by undergoing a punishment of eternal hellfire. May I keep going because there's lots of verses.
No, this debate isn't about being gay. It's about trans people, and I'd like to see an example.
But transgender people are under the homosexual umbrella.
Technically, they are completely different.
They are not completely different. It is a man that's attracted to a man. It just identifies as a woman because it's mentally insane or it has demons inside of it.
Well, there's a difference. I don't think you should insult people that have that going on with them because
Why? They
that's
insult
bigotry.
conservatives all the time. They're the most violent and most disgusting people ever. I'm gonna insult them all I want. What do you mean?
Bigot! You're a bigot! You're a racist, homophobic, bigot, transphobe.
Where's the racist part? Where's the racist part?
Because you're white man talking about not white problems. So therefore you're racist.
This is a white problem. Black people don't become transgender because they have common sense.
That's not true. I'm sure there are black trans people.
Yeah, maybe 1%, 0.1% of trans people are black. Sure, you could find one. The large 99% majority are white. So this is a white issue, actually. So I'm not being racist. So I am being transphobic and homophobic because I do think those things are objectively wrong and sexually immoral. So you could say that. But even then, that would imply that I hate them, which I don't. I just think they have demons inside them or are severely mentally ill.
Well, you're wrong because that's bigotry, and you should go to prison.
Tell me why.
Because it's hating. It's hating on minorities. So therefore, bigot.
But I just said I didn't hate him.
You're still saying that it's wrong. So therefore, it's
we don't even need to look at the religion. We can look at it from a technical standpoint. Being homosexual, it makes you not have kids, which disappoints your parents. All right. Not only that, you also can't have a good sanctified marriage with someone who loves you. So you cannot combine your fleshes and form one. And so homosexuality stops you from achieving a lot of these things you're meant to achieve. And so it's incredibly selfish and destructive to the people around you. So objectively, it's wrong.
Well, that's just your opinion. I know a lot of people.
It's a fact.
No, it's just an opinion. Because in my opinion, I see nothing wrong with it. I see it as completely moral.
Yeah, that means you're objectively wrong.
Well, no it doesn't, because in my opinion, everything is the truth. There is no wrong because there is no truth. So therefore, if I think I'm right...
There's no such thing as personal truth. There's only one truth and one God and one way.
Well, so. I disagree. So from my worldview...
Disagree. You're objectively wrong. There's no worldviews. They're just the world, objectively. Worldviews don't exist. You gonna
Well,
cry?
that's your opinion, and you're entitled to
cry?
your opinion, but
You
I
gonna cry?
disagree. No, I'm not gonna cry.
Are you gonna cry?
I'm not gonna cry. Stop. Stop. This, I don't
Ah,
want to talk
boo, baby.
anymore.
Little trans baby.
Stop. Apocalypse. Little X6. Little X6. Little X6. Little X6. But anyways, this has been me destroying Apocalypsis in a
You have not
transgender
destroyed me. I
debate.
proved you wrong and you started crying.
No,
Let's
yeah,
correct
you're
that.
coping. You're coping.
I'm not
You're
coping.
just
You were crying. You were literally crying just now.
no. I was just sweating through my
Oh, are
eyes.
you gonna cry, little gay poopy
No,
pants little
stop.
baby?
I'm leaving. I'm leaving this call. Goodbye.